Lewis Hamilton didn't join Ferrari to be number 2, but someone made sure he would be before he even touched the SF25. When Lewis Hamilton signed with Ferrari, the world cheered. A legendary driver in scarlet red. What could go wrong? Plenty. Because behind the smiles and photo ops, Maranello had a different script. Insiders revealed this wasn't just a move for titles, it was a shield for Charles Leclerc, Ferrari's golden boy, protected at all costs. Team boss Fred Vasseur repeated the corporate line. Both drivers are equal, but in reality, equality never arrived. During the first simulator sessions, Hamilton ran with experimental setups, while Leclerc refined race-ready configurations. Private test days revealed another quiet signal: inconsistent fuel loads between the two cars. On paper, subtle. On telemetry, blatant. When you lock a lion in a golden cage, don't expect him to bite. Hamilton came to fight. What he found was political chess, with himself as the first pawn sacrificed. It wasn't the first race, it wasn't a team meeting. The moment Hamilton realized the trap was far more subtle and far more chilling. It happened in the simulator. Sources inside Ferrari described the session that changed everything. Hamilton requested a test on mechanical grip settings, a key weakness of the unstable SF25 rear end. Response? We'll schedule it later. Later never came. Meanwhile, Leclerc was granted immediate updates on aero balance, and it didn't stop there. Data access, supposedly open to both, became selective. Certain runs Hamilton performed missing from post-session analysis. A coded message, "You are here on our terms." When Hamilton won the China sprint, he thought the tide might turn, but Ferrari's disqualification in the main race crushed that hope. In the garage after that race, one insider caught Hamilton's stare. Cold, calculating. He knew. "I had hoped he'd fight back after China," pundit Tim Coronel said. But no, because Hamilton had finally understood. This wasn't just a slow car, it was a controlled narrative, one that didn't include a redemptive arc for him. No need to say let him pass. In modern F1, team orders speak a different language, and Hamilton is hearing it loud and clear. Publicly, Ferrari denies favoritism, but race engineers know the truth. Team orders don't need to be explicit. It's all encoded messages, delivered in critical moments. Example, when Hamilton is closing on Leclerc, he often hears, "Manage tires, think long game." Leclerc? In similar situations, push, target lap time. One is told to hold, the other to attack. This isn't coincidence. Insiders confirm these phrases are pre-agreed signals designed to shape the race without triggering public suspicion. Telemetry shows the result. Every time Hamilton prepares a charge, his delta mysteriously shifts. Tire pressures adjusted, brake bias altered. After China, Hamilton's radio became colder, less feedback, shorter responses, a clear shift. "It's very simple," Coronel said. "The figures point to it." Hamilton isn't just fighting Leclerc, he's fighting invisible walls built by the very team meant to back him. Fred Vasseur wears the title of team principal, but insiders whisper true power lies deeper. A core group of senior engineers and strategists, many aligned with Leclerc since his F2 days, shapes Ferrari's inner game. It started subtly, setup directions favoring Leclerc's driving style. Simulator priorities shifted. Then, staffing decisions. Hamilton's new engineers, largely rotated staff lacking deep integration with Maranello's core team. Leclerc, surrounded by trusted voices. One insider puts it bluntly, Leclerc's camp is a fortress, Hamilton's is temporary housing. During key debriefs, Hamilton's input faces more scrutiny. Certain requests are under evaluation, often indefinitely. Leclerc's feedback? Actioned swiftly. This is more than favoritism, it's political survival. For some in Ferrari, a Leclerc-led era secures influence and legacy. A Hamilton triumph threatens the entire structure. Hamilton knows, his posture has changed. Less diplomacy, more ice. But breaking this web? That's another battle. In Italy, Ferrari isn't just a team, it's a national symbol. And its media, a weaponized echo chamber. Since Hamilton's arrival, the tone was set. Celebration at first, then quiet undermining. Positive stories shifted toward Leclerc. Hamilton's struggles became magnified. Headlines like, "Leclerc leads Ferrari fight," or "Hamilton failing to adapt." But insiders know, this is orchestrated. Certain journalists maintain close ties with Maranello's inner circle. Leaks are strategic. One veteran reporter confided, "We know which stories Ferrari wants pushed. You play along or lose access." Post-China sprint win, Hamilton barely received praise. After the GP disqualification, Italian press subtly implied driver errors. It's a narrative designed to reinforce hierarchy. Leclerc, the rightful leader, Hamilton, the fading star. The impact, sponsor pressure, fan perception, even internal morale shift. Hamilton sees it. His media interactions are now colder, more calculated. It's not just on track, one insider warns, it's a full-front psychological game. Car development is Ferrari's ultimate battleground. On paper, both drivers give equal input. In practice, Leclerc's preferences are shaping the SF25 and the 2026 prototype. Insiders reveal key pattern shifts. Updates enhancing rear-end rotation, ideal for Leclerc's style, were fast-tracked. Hamilton's requests for greater stability often met with development constraints. One engineer confides, Hamilton's feedback goes into reports, but the priority list, Leclerc's voice is louder. Recent upgrades tell the story, floor tweaks, suspension settings, each reinforcing Leclerc's strengths, widening Hamilton's struggle window. Telemetry shows the consequence. Hamilton compensates with riskier setups, increasing tire degradation. It's very simple, as pundit Tim Coronel said. All the figures point to it. This isn't incompetence, it's strategic. Ferrari's long-term vision is Leclerc-centered. Hamilton's role? Increasingly that of a testing pawn. He knows. The question now is, how long will he play along? When your own pit wall goes cold, you know the war is lost. For Hamilton, that moment has already arrived. Ferrari's pit wall dynamics tell a story few notice, but Hamilton feels it every lap. At season start, his race engineer exchanges were warm, collaborative. Now, they're clipped, formulaic. Subtle silence speaks volumes. Insiders reveal a chilling shift. In briefings, Leclerc receives full strategic engagement. Hamilton, increasingly sidelined. During races, Delta calls to Hamilton often lack the urgency or precision given to Leclerc. A source close to the team admits, there's a tone difference. Leclerc gets motivation. Hamilton gets management. At Imola, the contrast was glaring. As Leclerc chased podium pace, his radio crackled with live tactical support. Hamilton, stuck behind traffic, heard, "Manage tires, hold position." No aggressive alternatives discussed. It's a coded message. Your fight isn't our priority. Hamilton's reaction? Controlled on the surface. But those close to him see the change. More time in his driver room, less post-session dialogue. He knows. The human front of Ferrari, once an ally, is now part of the opposition. He knows the cage is closing, but Hamilton isn't done. Behind the scenes, a counterstrike is already in motion. While Ferrari's machine tightens around him, Hamilton is playing a deeper game. Sources close to his camp hint at growing tensions and new alliances forming. First sign, Hamilton has increased direct dialogue with Ferrari's top technical directors, bypassing usual layers. Second, he's brought trusted Mercedes engineers into private consultations, leveraging outside perspectives on setup blind spots. A senior paddock source reveals Hamilton isn't naive, he's building leverage. If Ferrari continues this path, he will make it public, and that threat carries weight. Behind closed doors, Ferrari knows this. Internal meetings now debate risk management, keep the facade of equality, or risk a PR war with F1's biggest star, and the paddock watches. A single leaked radio message, one strategic outburst, and the entire narrative could implode. This isn't over, one insider said. Hamilton's legacy is too big to be boxed in quietly. Now the question shifts. Who blinks first? Ferrari's power circle or the lion they tried to cage? If you believe this truth must keep coming out, subscribe. The next chapters will be even darker.